Welcome to our video lecture series on the history of education. In today's session, Lecture 9, we'll explore the groundbreaking work of John Dewey and his laboratory school, a vital experiment that reshaped modern education. Dewey's influence still echoes in classrooms around the world today. John Dewey, 1859–1952, was one of the most influential American philosophers and educational reformers of the 20th century. He lived during a time of rapid change, scientific discoveries, industrial expansion, urbanization, and social evolution. Dewey believed that education should reflect and respond to these societal transformations. He developed what is known as experimentalism, a philosophy that emphasized learning by doing, critical thinking, and democratic participation in education. Dewey's vision of school and society. Dewey believed that schools should not be isolated from the real world. Rather, they should be directly connected to society and its ongoing changes. He emphasized that education is a powerful tool for social progress. Technology, politics, and cultural shifts. Dewey wanted all these to be included in the educational experience used for the betterment of democracy and community. The laboratory school in 1896, Dewey founded the University of Chicago Laboratory School, where he put his philosophy into practice. He didn't see students as passive listeners. Instead, he viewed them as active participants, social, curious, and capable of solving real-world problems. At the laboratory school, learning was based on projects, interaction, and experimentation, allowing students to engage with their environment and learn through experience. Scientific method in education. One of Dewey's biggest contributions was introducing the scientific method as a framework for learning. He believed that children should 1. Start with a real meaningful experience. 2. Identify a genuine problem within that experience. 3. Gather the necessary information. 4. Propose possible solutions. 5. Test those solutions in real life. In this way, learners construct their own understanding. Knowledge becomes a tool, not just memorized facts. Reconstructing knowledge. Dewey taught that knowledge is always evolving. We use past knowledge, ideas, discoveries, and inventions to solve present problems, and in doing so, we reconstruct knowledge for future use. This makes education a living process, not a fixed set of facts to be absorbed. Personal and social growth for Dewey. Education was more than academic. It was a social process. Through schools, children learn to become members of their society. They are introduced to their cultural heritage and taught how to apply it to real-life challenges. The ultimate goal? Personal development and social improvement. Dewey's 3 levels of curriculum. Dewey's curriculum had 3 interconnected levels. 1. Making and doing, hands-on projects, group work, and motor sensory activities that promote teamwork and creativity. 2. Exploring space and time, geography and history projects that help students understand their place in the world. 3. Science and inquiry, engagement with biology, chemistry, and social studies, not just as subjects, but as tools to investigate and solve problems. Schools as democratic institutions. Dewey viewed schools as democratic spaces where students had the freedom to explore ideas, values, and beliefs without fear or restriction. He championed inclusivity, believing education should be accessible to all, regardless of background or social class. In Dewey's ideal school, students don't just learn, they live democracy. Conclusion. John Dewey revolutionized education by grounding it in real-life experiences, democratic ideals, and reflective thinking. His laboratory school wasn't just an experiment, it was a blueprint for progressive education worldwide. If we want schools to shape active, thoughtful citizens, Dewey's principles remain just as important today as they were over a century ago. Thank you for watching. If you found this lecture helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes in our History of Education series.